Hi guys. So I know that this background I've got going on isn't super cute. In fact, there's like a baby swing behind me. And the thing is I want to film tutorials and I have a lot of kids and I don't have the time to do a cute background or think too much about it, or else I just won't end up doing it. So I just sitting down with nothing on my face except my eyebrows, and I am going to record a tutorial. I'm going to use the new Nudes palette from Huda Beauty. I know some people really don't like this brand, but I think this palette's super interesting and a popular one like right now, so I'm just gonna play around with it. You guys can watch. Maybe if you want to follow along, get some ideas, then awesome. If not, sorry. So yeah, I've already done my brows. I'm just gonna get my bangs out of the way. That's cute. I'm gonna use the P. Louise base for my lids, but I don't like to carve out my brows with it. I prefer boing concealer much more. So I just carve out under my brows with the boing concealer, and then I'm gonna add this and just kind of blend the two together. And an important part of this base is I'm not going to set it at all. I want it to be tacky. It's gonna make the colors more vibrant. It's gonna make them easier to blend. So I just like to put a decent amount on there, and I'm gonna pat it on. So as you can clearly see, this base is quite a bit lighter than my skin tone, and I like that because it's gonna make the colors come out more vibrant. And so now, like I said, don't set the eyeshadow base. I'm gonna go straight into the palette, and I'm actually not 100% sure what I'm gonna do, so give me just a second. So lately I've been really into like these super smoked out, like dramatic, uppity eyeshadow looks. I don't know why, but it's what I'm living for right now, so I'm gonna do something of that sort. I'm just gonna start by taking my Morphe M506 brush, and I'm gonna dip into the shade Love Bite, which is the darkest shade in the palette, and I'm gonna place that. I know a lot of people like to go in with like a transition shade and then start going deeper, but I personally like to start with my deepest shade and then work my way up. Doesn't mean one way is right or wrong, as far as I know, but that's how I like to do it, so that's what I'm gonna show you. Also, I really like to do patting motions to get the pigment on there, and then I'll worry about blending it instead of just going straight in. So right now it's gonna look a little crazy, but just trust the process. You'll see. Okay, so I've got my color placed down mainly here and just kind of bringing it in and down towards the corner of my eye. And then I'm gonna start like just slightly blending it out this way because I am gonna have this extended eye look, but I'm gonna mostly start bringing that color out once I add in my next few shades. And again, this isn't super blended. I know it'll look better. It's just how I like to start, and then we'll go in with our other shades and make it all look a lot prettier. So I'm gonna take my Anastasia A25 brush, just a more fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna dip into the shade Tease. And I'm going to start blending this darker color out, and then we'll go from there. So now we've got it more blended, but not as blended as we want it to be. But we are getting that extension out here. I'm gonna take one last shade, which is gonna be the shade Lace, and I'm gonna do the same thing where I just lightly buff out the end of this and slowly taper the color away to nothing so that we have that super pretty blend. And it's gonna, like, you don't have to take your eyeshadow as far out as I do. I just really like that illusion of the eye being dragged upwards. Another thing you can do to help blend the edges a little bit better is to dip into the shade Bare, which is like the white shade, and just on a flat, like just on this, whatever brush it is, press it around the edges and then blend that out, if that makes sense. Sorry. So yeah, I'm just kind of tapping it along the edge of the shadow. And then going back in with that fluffy brush. And then also I feel like I've lost some of that very first dark shade we put on, so I'm gonna take this little crease brush, dip back into it, and just add it back into the deepest part of my crease. Okay, now I am going to use that same base I used to prime my lid to cut my crease. I'm not going to be able to do this on camera. I have to get really close to my mirror to do it, but I'll kind of explain it once I come back. I actually used the brush from Nabla. It's called the Crease Maker, the Cut Crease Maker, and I just placed it along here, kind of pulling down to make the line sharp, and then on the end just tapped it with like not a lot of product on it to make it blend nicely. I'm trying to decide if I want to put one of the actual glitters on my lid or if I want to do one of those like marbled colored ones. I'm tempted to try the glitter just because I actually haven't tried it yet, but I'm afraid it might make a mess. We'll try. Can't guarantee how it goes from here on out, but we'll try. I'm definitely going to use a glitter glue though. I'm not just going to go straight in with whatever's in there. I'm going to use the glitter glue from Anastasia, and I'm actually going to place a little bit on my eye and then tap over some of the glitter on top and see how that goes, but we'll see. So I'm going to take the glitter that's called Infatuated. I'm actually going to use my little crease cutter brush and see how that goes, but I have a feeling I'll have to end up using my fingers, but we'll try this first because it would be a lot cleaner and easier. Be a lot easier if I didn't have such wrinkly eyelids, but it's what you get when you have a bunch of kids. Let's go with it. I'm going to add, to blend in this outer corner, a little bit more of that darkest shade that I keep going back to, Love Bite. And then there's not oh, sorry. There's not really a shade that's like a shimmery inner corner highlight that I can use on my pale skin, so I'm just gonna grab like a shimmery metallic highlight shade, you know what I mean, right? And put that on my inner corner. Try adding a little bit of the Excite glitter to the outer corner since it's a little darker, but I don't know, guys. This is looking a tiny bit rough. I don't even know what to say because this doesn't look very good. There's like glitter in my hair. It's everywhere. Like at this point, what's going through my mind is, do I scrap this whole look or do I do liner and lashes and see if we can save it? I have glitter everywhere. Let's add liner. I'm gonna go add liner. I'll be right back. Dare I say we pulled it off? I mean, lashes can save a look for sure, and I don't have my anything else done yet. I just wanted to check in real quick before I do my other eye and my foundation that I think it looks okay, but I'm definitely gonna go back in this video in case anyone is following along and warn them not to use the glitter because it's a disaster. It's everywhere. I'm gonna be sparkling for probably at least a week now. My kids will love it, but yeah, anyway, I'll check back in after I do all that and then we'll talk about this palette. I don't want to brag or anything, but I think a miracle took place today. And I'm glad you guys got to witness it because somehow this look came together, and obviously some big fluffy lashes can fix almost any problem. But looking back now, I really don't like the glitter in the palette, and I actually really like the palette. I love the colors. I love how they blended. They were beautiful. I love Huda Beauty's palettes in general, but those glitters, like, I've never struggled like that before, and I use glitter a lot. I've done this look a lot. It's not something that I thought would be very challenging, but that glitter got everywhere. It was awful. I actually ended up having to go in with the Urban Decay Heavy Metal liners and going over the top because it just kept flaking off and it was a mess. Hopefully if you did try to follow along or get any sort of inspiration, I didn't lead you down a path of destruction like I led myself down, but yeah, I think I'll play... Gotta love upstairs neighbors. I think I'll play around with it a bit more. Hopefully next time I can do a tutorial where I actually know what I'm doing so I'm not kind of fumbling along, but yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. My kids are awake now, so I better go transition back into being mom. And at least I'll look cute doing it, right? Guess I could fix my bangs. But yeah, guys, that's a wrap, I guess. Oh, and say goodbye to the baby swing, the real star of this show.